You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
You can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Floyd Mayweather has once again shaken the boxing world by calling out Terence Crawford right after Canelo Alvarez's recent fight. With his unbeaten record and trademark confidence, Mayweather made it clear he's ready to return for another big fight. Fans and experts are now excited about the possibility of Mayweather taking on Crawford, who is seen as one of the toughest fighters in the sport, making this potential matchup a hot topic in boxing.
Let me ask you though, Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. You only have to win 7, 10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes, never got put down. And he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford kept his unbeaten record by beating Canelo Alvarez with a unanimous decision, becoming the undisputed super middleweight champion. The fight happened on September 13, 2025, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, and was one of the most awaited matches of the year. Crawford moved up 2 weight classes but still came in confident, and even though Canelo was bigger and known for his power, Crawford controlled the fight with smart boxing, quick footwork, and clean combinations.
What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I loved the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was gonna go. I didn't think the weight was gonna be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record as saying I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was going to go. And I knew that Bud was only going to get stronger and get bolder and, start to wear him down, because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, but he hands down. He the best. He the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease. Right? You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was, Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to the Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to take that into consideration.
For this fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. bet on Terence Crawford because he trusted his skills to beat Canelo Alvarez. Even though Crawford was seen as the underdog, Mayweather placed $50,000 on him at plus 148 odds. When Crawford won by unanimous decision, Mayweather's bet paid off big, earning him $124,000. This showed not only his confidence in Crawford, but also his strong knowledge of boxing.
check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talk to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't expect anything different.
Mayweather has made his view clear in the pound-for-pound debate, calling Terence Crawford the best fighter in the world right now. After Crawford's impressive win over Canelo Alvarez, Mayweather praised his skills, discipline, and success in different weight classes. He explained that being pound for pound isn't just about winning titles, but about proving yourself against the toughest opponents, which Crawford has done. By beating top champions and staying undefeated, Crawford has shown he is the man to beat in boxing today.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Crawford has always admired Mayweather, not only for his talent in the ring, but also for how he managed his career and legacy. Over time, this respect grew into a real friendship. Mayweather often gives Crawford advice, and Crawford doesn't just listen, he puts it into action. Their relationship is built on shared ambition, respect, and the understanding of what it takes to become truly great in boxing.
I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Recently, Canelo openly admitted in a press conference, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." This was a strong statement, especially since Canelo's first career loss came against Mayweather in 2013, when he was just 23 and undefeated. In their fight, Crawford put on a masterful performance, showing faster hands, sharp footwork, and smart tactics to outbox Canelo over 12 rounds. Even after moving up 2 weight classes, Crawford handled Canelo's power with solid defense and accurate counterpunches.
Fight Hub TV right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
It's my
2,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because, imagine, so I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
After Canelo Alvarez said Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, gave a strong response. He suggested Canelo made that comment to boost Crawford's image so that his own loss would look more respectable. Jeff reminded everyone that Canelo lost to Floyd when he was in his prime, not when Floyd was past his best. He also argued that while Crawford is very talented, Floyd's defensive skills are still unmatched.
Also, if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people, but
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose?
20s.
I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Want to
make himself look like he did something great.
Trainer Greg Hackett shared his view on the debate between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, saying Mayweather is still the better fighter. Even though Crawford had a big win over Canelo Alvarez, Hackett believes Mayweather's defense and ring intelligence make him stand out. He admitted Crawford is very skilled, but pointed out that Mayweather's undefeated record and success in many weight classes put him higher in the all-time rankings. His opinion shows how the boxing world is still debating who is the greatest of this era.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought.
Yeah.
In the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring.
Yeah.
Who's the better fighter, Jay?
Of course, you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time. Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ. You know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great to me.
Eddie Hearn has rejected Canelo Alvarez's claim that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. He argued that Crawford's record doesn't match Mayweather's since many of Crawford's opponents were past their best when he fought them. Hearn admitted Crawford has big wins, including his recent victory over Canelo, but said he doesn't have the same level of elite victories across weight classes that Mayweather built during his career.
Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault. His resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. He's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo, like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
Kermel Moten recently said that Floyd Mayweather will always be the GOAT. Even with all the talk about Terence Crawford's recent success, Moten believes Mayweather's perfect record, ring intelligence, defensive skills, and dominance in different weight classes set him apart. He praised Crawford's win over Canelo, but explained that true greatness is not about one fight. It's about staying undefeated, being consistent, and making history. For Moten, Crawford is world-class, but Mayweather's legacy is still on another level.
Where do you sit with this? Because two pound-for-pound greats of this era, Canelo, we see the resume, Crawford, two-time undisputed, potentially this weekend becomes 3. I've said in a few interviews, is it skills pay the bills, or does a good big man beat a good little man? How do you see it?
I feel like the skills pay the bills, and I feel like Crawford's not that much littler than Canelo. We've seen in the face-off that they're around the same size. If not, Crawford look a little bigger than. Yeah, for sure. So really just we're gonna see tomorrow. How it plays out. Whoever the better man is that night, I feel like will win. I feel like it's even playing fields, and both guys coming ready. So we're just gonna have to see.
If Terence does win this, a lot of people are saying that puts him as the greatest of all time. Now, I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd, and a lot of people are saying Floyd is the greatest. But does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonard's, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, nobody will ever. I feel like Floyd will always be the greatest of all time.
Crawford responded to the constant comparisons with Floyd Mayweather Jr. by saying that every fighter should be judged in their own era. He said he is the best of his time, just like Mayweather was in his, and that there's no need to compare them directly. After Crawford's historic win over Canelo Alvarez, his trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre also said there's no rush for another fight. He explained that Crawford just went through one of the toughest camps and biggest wins of his career, so rest is the priority. Instead of thinking about the next opponent, Bomac wants Crawford to take a break, recover, and enjoy this moment before planning the future.
You know what? We're going to get back in the gym. And we're going to assess that. And, right now I just want him to go on vacation, have some fun, spend time with his family, man, because we trained for probably a half a year for that fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time spent away from home, a lot of time spent away from the family. So I just want him to just go get back home.
You went for you.
Yeah.
Damn. And for you. Man, hey, this thing.
Appreciate you.
What you saying about training a half a year?
You trained almost a half a year for that fight. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was so sharp. Everybody.
Bernie Thigh Boxer, a close friend of Terence Crawford, strongly criticized the judges after the Canelo fight, saying, "They tried to rob us." He felt the scorecards didn't show how much Crawford really dominated, with some rounds judged too close or given unfairly. According to him, Crawford controlled the fight, set the pace, showed better skills, and clearly outworked Canelo, but the judges didn't fully credit that. Bernie believes that even though Crawford won by unanimous decision, the scores didn't reflect the true gap, showing how judging in boxing can still cause controversy even in clear wins.
This is the second time he destroyed every myth. Can he take the punch? Is he strong? Is this guy too strong? Man, he did everything. He did everything. Didn't he? Stood and fought with him. See how he
was in the pocket.
Turned him. Did everything. Talking about he too strong. Turned him a couple times. Pushed him. Crawford the best, man.
Floyd Mayweather has a special view on this matchup since he fought and beat Canelo Alvarez back in 2013 when Canelo was still young, undefeated, and rising fast. That win is remembered as one of the highlights of Mayweather's career, showing his great defense and ring IQ. Now, years later, Mayweather has shifted his focus to Terence Crawford, the fighter who just dominated Canelo. By calling out Crawford, Mayweather has not only brought new excitement to boxing, but also reminded fans that he still believes he can compete with the very best.
fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was when he was probably at his prime,
in his
right?
prime, yeah.
Prime, and you're only 23?
23.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because beat him. If you beat him, you wanna be the best in the world at 23. So imagine that. But he was the better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter. But I learned.
Do you think Floyd Mayweather calling out Terence Crawford could lead to one of the biggest fights ever? Or should Mayweather stay retired and let Crawford shine as the new face of boxing? Share your thoughts in the comments below.